how the society teaches body-mind combo, and you need to work hard, earn, step by step. If you bring that philosophy to dharma, artha, kama, moksha in all four, you will be whichever country you are. You are daytime, you are brainwashed to be in the ecosystem of best practical way is just give your night time to me. I will shift your whole. This whole Shivaratri is all about awakening you how to use the night to manifest. Nithyanandeshwar Paramashivasamarambam Nithyanandeshwari Paramashakti Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shrimahans, Mahans, Tanidar, Kotari, Kailasas, ministers, ambassadors, citizens, Rajya Sabha members, Chit Sabha members, and Paramashiva Sena program participants in Kailasa Thiruvannamalai and Kailasa Guinea-Bissau. I welcome all of you for this auspicious Paramashivaratri, 5th day satsang and spiritual alchemy process, Shaktipada, Shaktinipada, quantum entanglement and quantum enlightenment. The festivities of Mahashivaratri, Brahmotsavam is happening in all Kailasas. 5th day celebration and satsang. Paramashiva's direct message from Maha Kailas for all of us. Listen. Live moksha-centric dharma, moksha-centric artha, moksha-centric kama, moksha-centric moksha. Listen carefully. I am teaching you the ultimate truths, giving you the ultimate experience of life. This whole Paramashivaratri is teaching you about how to use Ratri, night time, to manifest the ultimate Shiva. Listen. Shivaratri is not just one day celebration, it's one day training. To make every night as Shiva's night. I'll teach you step by step the Kailasa's culture, Kailasa's truths, Kailasa's space, Kailasa's revelation. Listen intensely. I want you to understand this whole truth, this moksha centric life. Your whole life should become moksha centric. See, your whole day somehow goes in constantly brainwashing you to live this world centric, focused on this world, materialistic mentality, lifestyle, ideology, philosophy centered. Materialistic ideology, materialism centered dharma, artha, kama, moksha, all are fake. Listen. You should know the big difference between materialism and moksha centric life. See how the society teaches a body mind combo, and you need to work hard, earn this step by step. If you bring that philosophy to dharma, artha, kama, moksha in all four, you will be a slave forever and failure forever. If you shift the whole understanding, make it moksha centric, moksha centric dharma, moksha centric artha, moksha centric kama, you will be successful in everything. The best time to do this shift is night time. Various reasons. I can give you 108 reasons. Because your daytime is already taken away. How much ever I may tell you, you will not be able to give your daytime for this ultimate. Your daytime is lost in endless distraction. You are brainwashed to live in endless distraction. The whole ecosystem you are made to be in during the daytime, whichever country you are. No country is an exemption. Whichever country you are. Your daytime, you are brainwashed to be in the ecosystem of materialism, half truths, false narratives. Your whole ecosystem makes you feel your actions and reaction towards your fear will bring you security. The endless distractions are the pleasure. How many fake narratives are peddled and you are brainwashed, and you also start living, believing unquestioned assumptions. Such large blind spots, larger than the black hole. Like how the black hole sucks the whole planets into it. The blind spots you carry sucks your whole life into it. The wrong ideas about the boredom and tiredness. Wrong ideas about loneliness, love. Unquestioned assumptions lead to wrong lifestyle, food habits, addictions, and whatnot. Best practical way is just give your night time to me. I will shift your whole energy and give you enlightenment. It's my commitment. This whole Shivaratri is all about awakening you how to use the night to manifest oneness with Shiva. Today, the whole satsang is going to be how to use your night the best way to become moksha centric. Your whole brain, body, mind, consciousness, everything needs to be rewired to experience oneness with Paramashiva, to experience Paramadvaita. So I'll reveal these truths one by one. Listen intensely. Pradiratram mahatkum karma vishwasya kurvasi najanasi swayam tasya rahasyam paramatputam. Nightly disappearance and mystery of sleep. Every night you perform the most mysterious act in the universe and you don't even realize it. You lie down, close your eyes, and then you vanish. Not your body, but you, the one who thinks, one who remembers about himself, worries, plans, remembers, lives, simply disappears. Here is what you really need to wake up. You have absolutely no idea where you go tonight. Pratiratram mahatkum karma visvasya kurvasi najanasi swayam tasya rahasyam paramatputam sayano nimishonmilya na deha nachamarutaha nasam yasi swayanchaiva chindakaha smruttirochakaha smartru yochakaha kva yasitu nisayam tvam na kinchitapi vedasi layam apatyate cheto kulikena pate. Yadi tadboda matrena na katachit pramatyase chaitanyam tavalokesmin na sadharanam ishyate maranam pradidinam tvedat punarutthanamevacha samanyam manyate loko moha samskaravasat ascharyam klu yatraisha ya nityam sampravartade nitra sarena jivastu tame vadikra mechiraha. Listen, I'll translate and tell you. You have absolutely no idea where you go tonight. When you surrender to sleep, you will dissolve into something so profound, so utterly beyond your daily understanding, that if you truly grasped what happens, you would never take consciousness for granted again. Only once you understand these truths before Shivaratri, you will never sleep again. Every night will be Shivaratri. But you have been brainwashed to treat this daily death and resurrection as ordinary. How fascinating that the most extraordinary journey you will ever take happens every single night, and you have been sleepwalking through it your entire life. Adara vamahe kinchit bedagam hridayangamam sayam swayam krityam maranam svikuroshivai nanatyam nachabashaisha yadarthoyam nirubitaha yattadatmeti manyante swechaya tannaliyate chintakaha kalpakaschaiva anubhokta swalakshanaha swayam pravisadi sunyam swanamavati varchitam nityanasevi tasmintu na vismayam avechakshe abhyasena hi lokoyam ascharyam vismaratyalam. Voluntary suicide and the mundane treatment of the mystical. Now let's begin with something rather unsettling. Every evening you perform what amounts to voluntary suicide. I'm not being dramatic. I am being precise. Think about it. What do you call yourself this chattering, thinking, experiencing, being willingly steps into oblivion? You see, we have become so accustomed to this nightly disappearance that we have stopped noticing how absolutely extraordinary it is. Your thoughts stop, your sense of time evaporates, your precious identity, all those opinions, memories, and concerns you clutch so tightly simply dissolves. अभ्यासेन हि लोकोऽयम् आश्चर्यं विस्मरत्यलम् न विचारो न कालोत्र न अहंकार प्रभञ्जना स्मृत्यः कल्पनाश्चैव सर्वं तत्र विलीयते तथापि किञ्चिदस्त्येव न त्वं न च न त्वमेव तत् स्थितं मौनं परं साक्षि रहस्यं गहनं ध्रुवम् शून्यतां बौद्धभाषायां दर्शयत्येष नित्यसः अहङ्कारविरामे तु शुद्धः सत्तावशेषितः निद्रां साधारणं कर्म मन्यते मूढमानवः यदा यन्त्रस्य संसिद्धिर्विद्युत् संभार एव च अहोगतं महामोहः अद्भुतं साधु साधु च लौहीकं कृतवान् लोहो नित्यमायावसात्. Listen. Somehow mysteriously something continues throughout your night. I am describing what happens to your night. And what should happen? What happens and what should happen? So listen carefully. Your precious identity, all those opinions, memories, and concerns you clutch so tightly simply dissolves. Yet somehow mysteriously something continues, something that is not quite you, but is not quite not you either. See, if I ask who is in the night, you can't say you, and you can't say you are not. See, Yoga Vasishta says, Esha Jagarti Suptanam Prahatraya Vivekinam Haratyapadamaarthanam Vitaratya Mahatmanam. This self remains awake among those who are asleep. It strikes the undiscerning, removes calamity from the distressed, and bestows grace upon those who are not great-souled. Means even for ordinary people. Listen. Adetat antaram pashya vismarana vilakshanam nitrayam patite dehe kim nama lupyate kilam na nama nachakar masti na sambandho nachakramah yenatma परिचीयेत तत्सर्वं नोपलप्यते न चिंता न स्मृतिर् नास्ति न मतं नाभिरुष्यपि य पुमान् दिवसे एषः स रात्रौ न प्रवर्तते sarvasmriti vinasoyam purno vismaranatmakaha na tatra marana buddhihi na sokaha na vilapanam kasmat tatra na sokaha shyat nasito ya suchir bhavet yochita sochita स्वयमेवात्र निद्रयालयमागतः अहो विरोधमाधुर्यं नित्यं दर्शयसि स्वयं स्वभावेन विना जीवः सुखमेव प्रवर्तते. Listen. What vanishes and the paradox of existing without identity. Now let's examine this disappearing act more closely. What exactly vanishes when you fall asleep? Your name does not matter anymore. Your job, your relationships, your endless to-do lists gone. Your endless distractions are gone. All those things you think define you. Your wealth, your identity, your relationships, your job, your bank balance simply are not there. The person who was worried about tomorrow's meeting, who remembered yesterday's conversation, who has opinions about politics and preferences about coffee, about the food, entire construction just stops. It's a most complete forgetting imaginable, possible. And yet, curiously, you don't experience this as a loss or a death. There's no sense of tragedy in deep sleep, no mourning for the vanished self. Why? Because the one who could mourn has also disappeared. This is what I find deliciously paradoxical. Every night you prove that you can exist perfectly well without having your identity, without being your ego, your identity, yourself. In fact, you might say you exist more purely, more essentially when all psychological furniture has been cleared away. Yada sarvobadinam nirase sadi samstitihi suttadaram tada sattvam trishyade nirviseshataha yadi nityam vinanama vinarupam vinasmrutim siddhosi tu nisayam kim satyam tava tatpavuhu yat tiva rakshate tridam yat ahankara samsritam kim tat alpam vigalpyam va nityana samartakam. See, here is an uncomfortable question this raises. If you can be so completely without your identity every single night, what does that tell about the reality of this identity you defend so fiercely during the day? It's less than just dust, less than just ash. Could it be what you think you are is far more optional then you have been led to believe by the society, the brainwashing, conditioning of the society has led you to believe many wrong things about everything, including about you. Listen, this is what I find deliciously paradoxical. Every night you prove you can exist perfectly without being yourself. So you need to realize, maybe could it be that what you think you are is far more optional than what you have been led to believe. Adagacchamahe bodham vismayasyadi gauravam jakratyasti sada kaschit trashta netrapurassaraha pashyat yantargatam vrittam chintam arsham vishadagam nitram vinasa sada yuktaha sakshi nitya ivastitaha chaitanyam vedanam vatvam aham va tamudahritam na kadachit sangitavan nityatve tasya samstitau sukhe dukhe tada taiva rage dveshe cha sarvata eka eva stito drashta parivartanavarjitaha tato nitra samayada sakshi tatra na drishyate na murchito na nashto sau napi kvachita vastitaha abhavoyam navatvaya bhava bhava vivarjitaha drashta evahi drashtrutve layama patyate dhruvam. Watcher dissolves into the watching. Observer dissolves into observing. Now we arrive at something truly puzzling. During waking hours, there is always this sense of someone watching. Is it there? An observer behind your eyes, a witness to your thoughts, a constant companion who never seems to sleep. You might call it consciousness, awareness, or observer, or simply you, I. This watcher is so persistent, so reliable, that you have probably never questioned its permanence. It is there when you are happy, it is there when you are sad, it is there when you are bored, it is there when you are excited. The one constant in ever-changing experience. But then sleep arrives, and this eternal observer, this supposedly permanent witness, simply is not there. That would imply something is there to be unconscious but not absent. That would suggest a place from which it is missing. Kimedidi pruchandi chetanaya swabhavataha krantikari bhavedartaha bodhasyasya vicharane na drashtatvam yata manye stiro मूलः सनातनः आविर्भाव क्षणिकस्त्वेष तरंग इव वारितौ यथा निद्रा समायादि तरंगोलयं मृच्छति अब्धि तिष्ठति नित्यं तु स न शून्यः न पूर्णकः. See, it's more mysterious than that. The watcher itself dissolves into watching. What does this mean? Well, it suggests something rather revolutionary about the nature of consciousness itself. Perhaps this observer you think you are is not quite as solid, as permanent, as fundamental as you have been assuming, as you have been brainwashed, as you have been conditioned by unconscious society. Instead of exploring all these great obvious truths and questions in front of us, instead of teaching this to our next generation in the school as the preliminary education, we go on teaching stupid things, especially things which is never going to be useful in our day-to-day life, which has no meaning or relevance for our living. Never you have been made to think, made to question about your identity or consciousness. Maybe the consciousness is not something you have, but something you temporarily appear in, like a wave appearing in ocean. Perhaps the observer you think you are is not quite as solid, as a permanent, as fundamental as you've been assuming. When sleep comes, the wave subsides back into the ocean. But the ocean itself, that remains. The question is, what is this ocean is less than or greater than? Actually, this whole thing, today's satsang is commentary, Bhashya and Ratri Sukta, deeper revelations from Ratri Sukta. Suptau na swapno na mano na buddhihi na dehabhavo na cha kaladeshau naham na chanyo na sukam na dukkam tatapi sattvam na kadapi nashtam na kinchit lokyati tatra chetaha na kinchita kankshati na smarathyapi anubhava bhavasame vi tasmin astitva matram pravi Vatya diva na drishyate, na tatra, na vetyadava, na bhokta, bhogo na cha bhoga sadhanam, tata vibodhat prabhutyate janaha, susupti masatya, sukidi veti, yadi hyabhavo, tra sada bhavet, katam visheshaha, sugadkayo smritaha, supte vishuttam paramam hi sattvam, बीजात्मना तिष्ठति साक्षि रूपम न गुणा न रूपञ्च नाम किंचित नाहं प्रत्यय न च विश्वबुद्धिः कारण देहे लयमेत्य सर्वं शान्तं शिवं केवलमस्ति तत् य ते तत् वैतमलक्षणञ्च नित्यं निरालम्बनमेव साक्षी तदेव नित्यं प्रतिरात्रमेव अज्ञानवशात् न जना प्रजानन्ति. Listen, it gets even more mysterious because sometimes in the state where you have supposedly vanished, the most extraordinary theatre production begins. Dreams. Now here is what should absolutely baffle you. If you are unconscious, if the self has dissolved, who exactly is creating these elaborate dreams? Who is writing the script? Who is casting the characters? Who is designing the sets? And most mysteriously of all, who is watching the show? In your dreams, you meet people you have never seen. You visit places that don't exist. You have conversations you would have never had. The creativity is astounding. The detail is remarkable. The dreaming mind constructs entire worlds, complete with the physics, relationships, the storylines that can be more compelling than any Hollywood production. But the dreamer, the one who would normally take credit for such creativity, is supposedly absent. It's as though Shakespeare plays were being written by someone who had completely forgotten they were Shakespeare. And here is the most fascinating part. In the dream, you believe it is all real. You are convinced that dream you is real you. The dream world is real world. The illusion is perfect until you wake up. Now this should make you pause. If consciousness can create such convincing realities while you are absent, what makes you so certain that this waking reality is not just another kind of dream? Perhaps one being dreamed by something far more vaster than your individual mind. It is dreamed by something far more vast than your individual mind. Sushupti sapara avastha yatra swapno vidyade tatra kinchitapi nastiti pradibadi vilakshana na tatra chinta na mano na buddhihi na sparsha rupam na rasapravaha na kalavoto na tisham vihalpaha naham na chanya praviliyate tat tatapi kinchit pariseshameva na sunyata sa na sa bhavanasa prabodha kale sugamitye ityavetti supto tamasam sugamityanubhuyate yatihya bhavaha kalu kevalam syat na beda bodha sugadukayoho syat sushuptikale visatam hi satvam sakshitvamatreణ swayam prakasate na anubhavotra na chanubhoktoha na gneyavastu na cha jnanabetaha अस्तित्वमात्रं निरुपाधि शांतं अनुभवा भाव समेवि संतातम नाट्योपमाने विवेचनीयं न दृश्यते किंचन तत्र किंचित् तथापि सत्तान विनश्यते हि प्रपंचलीला लयमेव याति कारण सप्तेन मुनिपृक्ता अवस्था सा बीजरूपा हि नित्या न गुणा न धर्मा न च नाम रूपम नाहं प्रत्ययो न विकल्पलेशः यदेततात्मा स्वयमेव सुप्तः न कर्तृ भोक्यादि विभागयुक्तः न एव शान्तः परिपूर्ण एषः प्रत्येकमात्र प्रतिरात्रमेव यतन्विशन्ति तपसा च योगैः ध्यानैः समाधौ स चिरं मनीषिणः तथैव सर्वे सुषुप्तिकाले स्वभावतो यान्ति न जानन्त्येव. Listen. Let's venture into the most mysterious territory of all, which you should have been taught by the age of 5 to venture. By the age of 5, you know the difference between deep sleep, dreaming, and waking state. Till the age of 3, you don't know the difference clearly. That is why many times, even after eating fully, kids start crying in the dream state when they feel the hunger in the dream. Kids react in a confused way. For things happened in the dream, they react in waking state. For things happened in the waking state, they react in the dream because they do not know the clear marking, the boundary, territory. But by the age of 5, you know it. By 5, any intelligent society should have started teaching you and made you question, understand this whole dream, deep sleep, and waking state. But the society is too busy in brainwashing you and making a slave out of you. The chronic capitalistic leaders are trying to make a worker out of you. Each religious leader tries to make one person for their religion, a religious follower out of you. Society is trying to make you a best slave out of you. Mother is trying to make good son. Father is trying to make good son. Everyone is trying to make what they want from you. The personality they want as you. Nobody is interested in your enlightenment. Nobody is interested in you. A real society which is interested in you by the age of 5 should have made you start thinking, exploring this deep sleep and dream, this whole territory. Let's venture into the most mysterious territory of all, deep sleep. Those hours when even dreams don't visit, when you exist in a state so profound that nothing, absolutely nothing, appears to be happening. This is where things become truly mind-bending. In deep sleep, there are no thoughts, no sensations, no experiences of any kind, no time, no space, no self, no other. And yet something is there. How do I know? Because you wake up fresh, refreshed. Because you know you have slept well. Because there's a clear difference between 8 hours of deep sleep and 8 hours of tossing and turning. If there was truly nothing there, how could there be any qualitative difference at all? This is what I call the deep sleep paradox. Pure being without any content whatsoever. Existence without experience. It's like a theater with the lights off, the audience gone, the actors departed, yet somehow mysteriously the show goes on. The mystics have a word for this state. They call it Karana Sarira, causal body. Karana Sarira, the most fundamental level of your being. It is you without any qualities, you without any attributes, you without even the sense of being you. Meditation, in philosophy, in religion, you experience it naturally every time you fall into deep sleep. The cosmic joke is that enlightenment puts you to sleep. Your existence aware of itself without needing to think about it. What is shocking is that you visit this state of perfect peace, perfect wholeness, perfect being every single night. The very thing you are searching for in. Listen. Sushupti darsayate spashtam na tvaya chetana stita tva aham bhavanam nityaiva sa pravartate nama rupam kada chaitya swabhavopi viliyate itihasah pravrittischa sarvametat pranashyati tatapi bodha santyaiva na katapi nivartate दीपस्येव प्रकाशोऽयं न पात्रेण स्वगीयतां कटो न प्रकाशं तारयति प्रकाशः कटमेव हि सीमां तत्त्वा क्षणं तिष्ठन् स्वतन्त्र स प्रकाशते एवं चित्तोपाधिभेदात् चेतना न विसेक्षिता अहंकार विहीनेषु. Vahu, प्रवाहे सा विवर्तते न ममायं न तवायं न जीवस्य स्वभावतः सुत्ता सैव परासत्ता सर्वत्र समवस्थितं वेणुरेव न वा तस्य स्वामी भवति कर्हिषित् स्वराकारं क्षणं तत्त्वा वायुरेव प्रवर्तते तथा देहेन्द्रियैः केवलं रूपं यान्ति विभूतयः चेतना न तु देहस्य देहस्तस्य उपाधिका यदुक्तं मुनिभिः पूर्वं महच्चैतन्यमव्ययं न लोकान्तरवृत्तान्तस्वानुभूतिप्रदर्शनं प्रतिरात्रं यदा जीवः स्वात्मभावे लयं व्रजेत् तथैव तत्परं ब्रह्म स्वयमेव प्रकाशते न त्वं चेतनवान्नाम चेतनैव त्वमात्मनि भिन्नो स्मीति प्रमो जातः स्वप्नकल्पोदिवा स्थितः तरंगो न जलात् भिन्न जलमेव तरंगता नाम रूपकृतो भेदः सुषुप्तौ लयमेधि स यथा निद्रां समापत्य सागरत्वं प्रपद्यते तथा स्वं स्वरूपं प्राप्य भवत् एव यथास्यसि. Listen. Now we are approaching something that might disturb your carefully constructed sense of self, because what sleep reveals is this: consciousness does not need you to exist. Listen carefully. It's very hurting, because you are not needed. You are not needed. Every night, your cherished personal identity, your name, your history, your personality, your preferences, your right, wrong, good, bad, completely disappears. Your strong opinions, strong ideology, strong policies, and yet awareness itself continues. It's like discovering that the light in your room does not actually belong to the lamp. The lamp just temporarily shapes and focuses a light that exists independently. During sleep, consciousness flows freely, uncontained by the boundaries of your ego. It's no longer your consciousness. It is simply consciousness itself playing through the instrument of your nervous system like a wind through a flute. Like a wind through a flute. The flute does not own the wind. It just gives it temporary form and melody. This is what the ancients meant when they spoke of the universal mind, the cosmic consciousness, the Buddha nature. They were not talking about some grand otherworldly concept. They were pointing of what you experience every single night when your individual awareness dissolves back into the ocean of pure being. And here is what is both beautiful and terrifying about this realization. What do you call your consciousness was never really yours to begin with. You are not a separate being having conscious experiences. You are consciousness itself, temporarily dreaming that it's a separate being. The wave is not separate from the ocean. It's the ocean expressing itself as a wave. And every night in sleep, you return to your oceanic nature. Swabhava. You become what you have always been, but temporarily forget you were. Reassembling, which happens in the morning, and the deeper intelligence behind reassembling. Let's understand about that. Listen. Pratah kale vichintyaitat katam jiva punarbhavet layat samakra vinyasaha katam swayameva jayate sushuptau sarva samharaha nabarupati samstite prabodhedu punas sarvam samyujyeva pratiyate pratamam bodhamatram hi naham bhavo na smrutayaha na purvam na vibhavyam cha swaprakasass eva hi ushas pratamabhasaha yada nisapta eva sa tata bodha swayam jyoti swatman eva prajayate tata smrutaya upeyuhu aham bhavascha vartate itam grihamitam karma iti bandha prajayate kramena manasa punjaha samskara samupastita vyaktitvam iti yannama tatsarvam punarudditam nagudobi samayatam nabahirnabi chantare bija shakte samutpannam swayameva vyavasthitam nakarta nacha gartrutvam ahankarasya vidyate kakaroti prushasa nakadapi vichintyate yadi suptau vinashtasyat aham bhava samulataha kappunasmarate margam kassam yojade punaha naham na manasa karyam na smritya na chetasa ya buddhir nitya sanchari sa karyam kurute swayam yaya kesa vartayante hridayam yat pravartate. Annam yaya rasam rasatvam yati sa buddhi punaruddhite bijat vriksha prasuyate na bijasya vicharanat tata jivasya smarachana nahankaravasanuka aham na kurute kinjit kritam sarvam parena tu kudaya buddhi sakyahi nityameva vyavasthitam. Listen, let's examine something equally mysterious. How you manage to reassemble yourself each morning. This is too important. See, only if you understand how you reassemble every morning, you can understand how you can bring the best things of your Sushupti state into your waking state, and how you can make the best use of your Sushupti state in your waking state. Let's examine something powerful, very mysterious, how you manage to reassemble yourself each morning. Because that's what happens, isn't it? After hours of complete dissolution, somehow all the pieces of your identity magically come back together again. Watch this process carefully the next time you wake up. First, there is just pure awareness. No sense of being anyone in particular, no memory of yesterday, no anticipation of today, just consciousness awakening to itself. Like the first light of dawn. Then gradually the familiar structures begin to reassemble. Oh yes, I am this, my name. I live in this house. I have this job. I was planning about this meeting. Layer by layer, memory by memory, the psychological self rebuilds itself. From what exactly? From nothing but pure potential. From Karana Sarira, you are rebuilding your identity again. It's like watching a magician pull an entire personality out of an empty hat. And the most fascinating part, you do this reconstruction so automatically, so swiftly, that you never stop to wonder who is doing this rebuilding. You take this for granted. If you are truly gone during sleep, who remembers how to put you back together? If your identity was genuinely dissolved, what force knows exactly which thoughts, which memories, which personality traits belongs to you? The answer is both simple yet profound. Simple and profound. The same intelligence that grows your hair, beats your heart, and digests your food. The same wisdom that knows exactly how to transform a seed into a flower without any conscious effort on the seed's part. Your ego does not reconstruct itself. It is reconstructed by a far deeper intelligence that you rarely acknowledge or even understand. Look in. The same process is happening now in waking life. Ate tatbodhyamathyantam yannitrayam prakasitam na kevalam nisakale jagratyabhipravartate yataham bhavalayaha suptau yacchabo tasya nirgamaha yatatrushyamaha buddhihi sa jagratyabhisamstita vedosti kevalam tatra jagradavastayavaha aham kartedi sankalpaha dirghakalam pravartate agam chindayitedi brute aham kuryamiti smaran aham jivami lokesmin ityayam pranti samhati agadam chindanam kinchit napurvam viniyojitam premavatvesha evatra nasankalpat pravartate hridayasya pravrittischa pasanam rasarupanam natvaya kriyate kinchit niyantana cha drishyate dehe kosagananam shaya samanvayakarakah naham cha naham sa na cha me buddhis kutas sarva karma krit yasuptau swapna srishtim cha smritim samrakshanam tata dehataranam avyakram sa buddhir jagrati stita. Aham kartedi yat panam tate avaranam smritam tasmat saiva mahashaktihi nadrishyate swayajnaya swapno yatana kartaram pasyasyatmani samstitam tata chakratavastasa swapna vedena vartate swapnatve vismrutam yatra swapnita swayameva hi tatrusham chakratam visvam chetana swapna yatyalam. Now, actually, we arrive to the shockingly, truly shocking realization. Everything I have been describing about deep sleep, the dissolution of identity, the flow of consciousness without a container, the mysterious intelligence that operates without a supervision, all this is not just happening at night. It is happening right now. What do you call as your waking life? You see the difference only between sleeping consciousness and waking consciousness is that in waking there is a persistent illusion of someone in charge. The ego steps forward and claims ownership of the entire process. I am thinking these thoughts, I am making these decisions, I am living this life. But look more closely. Did you decide to have that thought that just occurred to you? Did you choose to fall in love with someone or some things? Or did it happen to you? Do you control your heartbeat, your digestion, your immune system? Are you actively managing the incredible complexity of your cellular metabolism right now? The same mysterious intelligence that operates during sleep, creating dreams, maintaining the body, organizing memory, is operating right now. You are not just giving it credit because the society has brainwashed that you have an ego, and that ego has convinced you that you are the one running the show. The society's conditioning and brainwashing has gone so deep into you. It created the fake identity called ego. And that ego is convincing you that ego is running the show. But what if I told you that waking life is just another kind of dream? A dream in which consciousness dreams. It's a separate individual having experiences, making choices, living a life. A dream so convincing that the dreamer completely forgets they are dreaming. A dream which consciousness dreams. A dream in which consciousness dreams. It's a separate individual having experiences, making choices, living a life. A dream so convincing that the dreamer completely forgets they are dreaming. Dreamer dreams the dreamer. That dreamer dreams the dream. ऋषयः सदैव जनन्ति तस्मान् जागरन् वदन्ति न निद्राया जागरणं न तु स्वप्नस्य वेदनं स्वपरत्तस्य प्रान्तिं त्यज्य सत्यप्राप्नोति चेतना न जीवः चेतनावान् किं तु चेतना एव हि जन्मान्तरमापादयति स्वात्मभावे क्रीडमानम् एतत् न नवीनं किञ्चित् पुरा तु तत्पूदे शास्त्रैः सप्तसहस्र वर्षेषु महाशक्तिमुक्तं दृष्टं नामभेदैः विविधैः प्रहं बोधस्वभावः स्वर्गराज्यम् अन्तस्थम् इत्येतानि सञ्चितानि सर्वाणि तु तदेकं वर्णयन्ति यं त्वं प्रतिरात्रि सुषुप्तौ अनुभवसि नित्यम् उपनिषदः चतुर्विधान् चेतनावस्था प्रतिपादयन्ति जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्ति सदा सुषुप्तिस्थानं चतुर्थतुरीयं हि च न तु अवस्था खलु स नित्यबोधस्य प्रकटीकरणं यत्सर्वेषु अन्येषु अवस्थासु प्रत्यक्षस्फुरति जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्तिर् चित्रतत्रापि साक्षीपदलं सर्वदा साक्षी स्थिति चेतनम् एव त्वमेव साक्षात् न लघुतरतरङ्गः व्यक्तिस्त्वस्य नित्यमुक्तसागर एव स्वयमेव सत्त्वस्य आधारः सीमसामर्थय अहङ्कारातीतम् सुप्तिप्रवेशे प्रतिरात्रं गृहमव नवत् अनुभव स्वात्मवस्वरूपे प्रतिप्राप्ति परमसत्त्वं प्रत्यक्षं च न लघु जीवः स्वसमस्या न च सीमायुक्त कश्चन महात्वं यत् सीमातीतं सर्वान् समस्याधारणं क्षय सुन्दरम् उक्तवन्तः स्वप्नप्रान्ति परित्यज्य साक्षात्कृत्य जागरणं यदा यत् त्वं सत्यमेव सः सर्वस्वप्नं विनश्यति सुप्तबोधेव नित्यं च samanantaramasesham na lagu jivaha swasamasya na cha sima yukta kaschana mahatvayat sima sidam sarvan samasyadaran shaya sundaram uktavanta swapna ranti parityachya sakshat kritya jakaranam yada yat tvam satyameva sa sarvaswapna vinasyati suttaboda eva nityacha swam samana antara asesham swayameva satvasyaadaraha asimasamartya ahankaraditam. Wow. Understand these four states of consciousness. You can get awakened right now. The rishis have always known it. That is why they speak of awakening. The fourth state, turiya. Not awakening from sleep, but awakening from the dream of being a separate self. Awakening to what you discover every night in deep sleep. That you are not a person having consciousness, but consciousness itself playing at being a person. What I have been sharing with you is not new. You know, the ancient traditions have been pointing to this mystery for thousands of years. They called it by different names. Brahman, the Tao, Buddha nature, the kingdom of heaven within. But they were all describing the same thing you visit every night in deep sleep. The Upanishad spoke of four states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and the fourth, turiya. This fourth state is not really a state at all, but the unchanging awareness that witnesses all other states. The screen on which the movies of waking, dreaming, and sleeping all play. What the sages discovered is that this witnessing awareness, this pure consciousness that remains constant through all your changing experiences, this is what you actually are, not the temporary wave of personality, but the eternal ocean of being itself. They realize that the journey into sleep each night is actually a journey home, a return to your original nature, your true self, your deepest identity, not the small self with its endless problems and pursuits, but the vast self that has no problems because it has no boundaries. Vedic rishis put it beautifully. They said enlightenment is like awakening from a dream in which you dreamed you were someone other than who you really are. And what you really are is what remains when all the dreaming stops. Pure awareness, infinite potential, consciousness without limits. Listen carefully. Today's satsang is very powerful. You need to listen at least 2-3 times. Listen to it at least 2-3 times. Go through it. I'll give you now the essence implications for daily life and the sacred journey into sleep. Tasmadeva dhyana paramparasu sushupte pravenyam vishishto vyasah kriyate ahankare liyamanebi yacchetanana liyate tasya sakshatkarayate prayatnavantah yat ratrau acetanataya anubhavasi tadevate sakshat trashtum icchanti yada vyakti swarupam samashti chaitanyat utpatyate punascha tasminneva liyate iti yesha eva desham rahasya botah na mokshaha satya na kinchitapi nudanam praptavyam yat tvam asi yat sata asi yat pratiratram ahambhava parityage vishuddhaya anubhavasi tateva avabodhaniyam avayedat tanaindina jivena kim karoti sarvam parivartayati punaha kinchana na parivartayati uttishtasi tantadavanam karoshi swakarmasu pravartase kintu aduna yatarte kim pravartate iti janasi ya ayam janaha iti manyase yasya natyam vasana vaya kalpana sa abhi swapna patravat shana bangurayeva आकर्षक स अनुभव योग्य किंतु अंतत चेतनायाम उत्पन्नः चेतनायाम लीन क्षणिक प्रतीति एवः एतत् जीवनं न निष्फलं करोति अपितु क्षणं क्षणं अनन्तमूल्यं करोति यतो हि न अन्यत्र गन्तुम् इच्छसि न अन्यो भवितुं न अन्यत् साधयितुं यत् सर्वेषु प्रयासेषु अन्वेष्टं तदेव त्वम् असि इति साक्षात् पश्यसि तथा जीवनम् उपेक्षारूपेण किन्तु लीलारूपेण जीवली फलासक्तिं विना कर्तव्य पूर्णनिष्ठया यथा नट स्वपात्रं सम्यक् वहति न तु तस्मिन् विस्मृतिं यास्यति अत यथा पुनः शयनं गच्छसि तथा तं विश्राममात्रं न मन्यस्व स पवित्र प्रत्यावर्तनमार्गः स्वरूपस्वरूपे स्वस्वरूपे लय परमसत्या ऐक्यं यत् योगिनः जीवनपर्यन्तम् अन्वेषयन्ति तत्त्वं प्रतिरात्रं स्वाभाविकतया अनुभवसि श्वास प्रश्वासवत् सहजम्। प्रभाते उत्तिष्ठन् क्षणमात्रम् अहंभावं न गृहाण तस्मात् पूर्वं यत्विलासं शान्तं चैतन्यं तत्र तिष्ठ क्षणम् पश्य यावत् त्वं कश्चन न अभवः तावत् त्वं कियत् विशाल आसि इति एष एव ध्यानं न क्रिया किन्तु स्वाभाविकस्थितिः यदा अत्यधिकं क्रतुं विरमसि स्मर चेतना न तव वस्तु त्वमेव चेतना चेतनैव सर्वं करोति प्रतिरात्रं सुषुप्ति रहस्ये सा चेतना व्यक्तित्वात् विरम्य स्वरूप एव रमते कियत् अद्भुतं ब्रह्महास्यं यत् परमात्मबोधयं साधकाः चिरं यासयन्ते स प्रतिरात्रम् अनुभवः प्रातः विस्मरणं किन्तु अधुना त्वं जानासि एवं सति कथं पुनः Ayam Vyakti Swapna Atyanta Gambirataya Grahya Bhavet. Listen, I'll give you the essence of this whole satsang. All the traditions of Sanatana Hindu Dharma always focus on the transition into sleep. See, Shaiva in Agamas, in Shakta Tantras and Vaishnava Tantras, Bauddha, Jaina, Vedanta, in all great traditions of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, always focus on the transition into sleep. They are trying to jump into consciousness while the ego dissolves to the witness. The very process you experience unconsciously every night, to see directly how the individual self arises from and dissolves back into the universal consciousness. The secret they discovered is this: you don't need to achieve enlightenment. You don't need to do anything great. You just need to recognize what you already are, what you've always been, what you experience most purely every night when you stop pretending to be someone else. What does this mean for you? How you live your daily life? Well, listen, it changes everything. You still wake up, still brush your teeth, still go about your business, but now you know something profound about what is really happening. You begin to see that this person you think you are, with all its dramas and desires, its fears and fantasies, is no more permanent than a character in the last night's dream. Fascinating, yes, engaging, certainly, but ultimately, it is just another temporary appearance in consciousness. I am not saying your life is meaningless. No, it's quite opposite. If you understand your ego is meaningless, you will realize your life as a grand purpose, meaning, existence. It makes every moment infinitely precious because you are no longer trying to get somewhere else, become someone else, achieve something else. You begin to recognize what you have been seeking through all your pursuits and struggles is what you already are in your deepest being. You start to live with what I call divine. Divine Sakshi Bhava. See, Paramashiva, he does asatya sadhakas, unimaginable, unthinkable, impossible things, he makes it happen just by his simple presence, mere presence. He does not get involved in anything, but he makes everything happen. Paramashiva never gets involved in anything, but he makes everything happen. As ultimately, you will realize you are that. It makes every moment infinitely precious because you are no longer trying to get somewhere else, become someone else, achieve something else. You begin to recognize that what you have been seeking through all your pursuits and struggles is what you already are in your deepest being. You begin to recognize that what you have been seeking through all your pursuits and struggles is what you already are in your deepest being. You start to live with that, what I call the absolute divine Sakshi Bhava, caring deeply about life while holding lightly to its outcomes. You make everything happen, but you are not involved in anything. Like an actor who plays their role with complete commitment while never forgetting it's just a play. The next time you lie down and fall asleep, instead of treating it as a mere rest, recognize it as a sacred journey. Nitra Samadhi Stitihi. Nitra Samadhi Stitihi. Implications for daily life and the sacred journey into sleep. Realize this. If you understand your sleep is a sacred journey, you will understand its implications for daily life and the sacred journey into sleep, how important it is. You are about to dissolve back into your true nature, to experience what the mystics spend lifetime seeking, unity with the absolute, oneness, Paramatvaita. And you do this every single night as naturally as breathing. When you wake each morning, instead of immediately grabbing onto your identity, try staying in that spacious awareness for just a moment longer. Feel how vast and peaceful you are before you become someone. Again, this is samadhi, dhyana, not something you do, but what you naturally are when you stop doing so much. Samadhi is not you enter into something, you achieve something. No. The achiever, when he dissolves, you dissolve into something. That is samadhi. You relax into something. That is samadhi. You rest into something. That is samadhi. Remember, consciousness is not something you have. You are something consciousness is doing. Consciousness is not something you have. You are something consciousness is doing. And every night in the mystery of sleep, consciousness takes a vacation from being you and simply enjoys being itself. What a marvelous cosmic joke that the deepest spiritual realization is something you experience every single night and wake up forgetting every single morning. But now you know. And knowing this, how can you ever take this dream of being someone quite so seriously again? No. Stop taking seriously. Start being witness, witnessing the witness, observing the observer, being sakshi to the sakshi. Paramatvaita prapti. I'll continue further truths in further satsangs. With this, I bless you all. Paramatvaita praptirast.
Nithyanandam, thank you for watching, and if you found the video enlightening,
please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to stay connected with us.
Don't forget to click the bell icon to receive the notifications.
You don't need any pre-qualification for manifesting the ultimate other than your only enlightened ones know. It is very difficult to change the. A teacher who accumulates slaves will be your original assumption about yourself. If it is body-mind combo, you are born out of Prapancha Dharma is inner, creates. In the end, the power to transform your life lies not in reacting to what you see, but in. If Agam is aligned, Igam and Param all. The moment I gave you Shaktipada, your manifestation is not coming. It is. Icha Shakti must be felt. A picture without emotion is just a thought, but a picture infused with a belief, gratitude, and felt completion becomes. Nithyanandeshwar Paramashiva Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Paramashakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Oh, oh, I welcome all of you with my love and blessing. I welcome each and every one of you for this Shivaratri Brahmotsavam, day 2 of 17 days. It's the second day, Shivaratri Brahmotsavam. Quantum entanglement, quantum enlightenment, satsang, spiritual alchemy process series, second day. Listen intensely Paramashiva's direct message from Maha Kailasa for all of us. You do not need any pre-qualification for manifesting the ultimate, manifesting what you want. Listen. Listen to this fundamentally. This message, this is ultimate truth. You do not need, you don't need any pre-qualification for manifesting the ultimate other than your conscious decision, your will. That's all. Listen. All your doubts, problems, questions, I know it much more than you know it. You know only how you perceive the doubts in your mind, but I know even the roots from where it has come. First of all, you should all realize all of you have grown up in an artificial plastic society, fake society, where man-made laws, man-made economical systems, man-made social systems, with large blind spots and exploitative motive, untrusted, with that kind of a structure, you all have grown up so naturally. Whether your family or a school, your college, your team, everything teaches you a false idea. Outside first, inside next. Means you have to work hard to get something, earn something, gain something. Then you will be happy inside. Listen. This is not the organic, natural law of life. Listen. That is why even now, all middle class level success, mediocre level success, maybe few houses, few cars, little money in the bank, career, successful career. Only all these can be achieved if you follow the rules of the unconscious society, because it is designed to keep you mediocre. It is designed for mass. Don't follow the mass. Many times In the Mass, M is silent. It is designed to keep you mediocre. This is the knowledge for generalized. See, the moment you generalize, the organic growth is destroyed. Whether education, bringing up, lifestyle, everything. Knowledge, the ideas we teach, the groom and make people experience everything is specialized in royal schools. Understand? I treat you all as the students of royal school. I am not giving you the generalized teachings given to the mass. No. I don't even want to call my followers, my disciples, my devotees as seekers. No, you are not seeker. The right word for you is manifest. You are not seeker. Right word for you is manifester. Listen. The primal assumption, first assumption you build about yourself, unconsciously or consciously, forced on you or you voluntarily build it, married or raped, anyway, the child you give birth unconsciously remains as a load on your system, continues to keep you focused on endless distractions. It is not even something productive in your life about what you want. It's not even making you healthy or wealthy or happy or blissful. It is just you are stuck with the impossibility and you are rotting in a rut. Just see, look around. All enlightened beings know it is very difficult to break the primal assumption, the preliminary assumption you have about you. Sometimes it takes even janmas to break the preliminary assumption you have about you. That is why I am very clear. The preliminary assumption you have about you itself, I am giving you right. Ultimate assumption. Listen. All the traditions, whether religions or philosophy or psychology, starts with you as just body-mind combo are doing the worst crime against humanity. Because the moment you start thinking you are a body-mind combo and you have to gain step by step by seeking, accumulate, and achieve the enlightenment ultimate over. You are put in a bullock cart, or I should say you are chained in the EMI slavery. Listen. Never believe slavery is erased. Slavery is wiped off. No. Slavery is modernized with EMI. Economy should be indigenous. Religion should be indigenous. Social rules and regulations should be indigenous. Food should be indigenous. Clothes should be indigenous. Even social laws, criminal laws, right, wrong, philosophies, all should be indigenous. Organically grown. Not because someone commits a crime in remote area. The preventive laws and rules imposed on us who don't even have an idea about those crimes. One good thing I found is that due to the AI revolution, the Gen Z is going to live only organic life. The globalized brands, whether it is a Coca-Cola or burger or pizzas, are all global brands. Business brand, retail brands, cloth brands, religion brands, philosophy brands, all have no future due to AI revolution. People are going to choose the indigenous lifestyle. They are no more interested in following the dead, unwanted, unknown. Actually, neither the person who imposes the rule, nor the person who maintains the rule, nor the person who obeys the rule knows why the rule exists. What the hell you are doing? What the hell is going on? No, neither legislature nor executive or judiciary or the obedient citizens, all four do not know why this law exists. That kind of laws exist in every country. In every country, practically. If you start seeking the root of the law, some assumptions happened in some roundtable discussions 150 years ago. Is the origin of the law absolutely irrelevant? But unfortunately, these laws are teaching you your primal assumptions, primary assumptions, preliminary, original, first assumptions about you. Your first assumption about you need to be correct. respected and the truth to be told. Don't start as a body-mind combo. Even the religious structures and philosophies which begins telling you are a body-mind combo and that body-mind combo has to work and do something, this, that, yearn and achieve enlightenment, dump it. They are making hell for you. No. Only enlightened ones know it is very difficult to change the preliminary assumptions. Sometimes it takes janmas. Always it takes years to change the preliminary assumption. Sometimes janmas. That's why when Krishna starts his teaching, the first word is, you are Atma, you are the field. You are the field which is carrying the ultimate, pregnant with the ultimate. When I tell people, you are ultimate, many of the even sincere Hindus who are trying to achieve enlightenment, educated in scriptures, even they try to say, Swamiji, what you are saying is ultimate truth. We know, but I don't think it should be taught immediately. People should go step by step. You are doing wrong by teaching the ultimate truth immediately. If I am wrong, Krishna is wrong. The moment he opens his mouth, actually Krishna opens his mouth only in the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. In whole Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters, and second chapter is Sankhya Yoga. First is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Second chapter only Krishna opens his mouth. The moment he opens his mouth, the first thing comes out and falls. You are Atma. You are the field. Which literally carries the ultimate. Listen. Preliminary assumption should be right. If you think you are a body-mind combo and start from there, the struggles will be too much and almost I can guarantee you will not achieve. You may be a good slave to your teacher. Listen to one important truth. A teacher who accumulates slaves will be slave for those slaves because he has to be constantly maintaining those slaves. I think I am the only master who lives in absolute seclusion, where I don't have anyone around me other than few people who are just taking care of me and living around me out of love, and all the followers live absolutely away from me, never seen me for years now, but continuously the following is expanding, growing. Because I don't collect slaves. I collect leaders. I make Paramashivas. I don't collect body-mind combos, make them enlightened. I collect Paramashivas and make them manifest. You are Paramashiva. Start manifesting. All your struggle, your problem, why you are not manifesting, why, if you are Paramashiva, why your reality is not reflecting it, all that problem I will attend. It's a legitimate problem. I'll attend. But assuming your body-mind combo and trying to evolve, your birth is illegitimate. Your very preliminary assumption is illegitimate. Your preliminary assumption about yourself, your original assumption about yourself, if it is body-mind combo, you are born out of rape by the society, forcibly on your consciousness. Society commits a forcible rape on your consciousness, and out of that illegitimate child born is your original identity. If you think you are a body-mind combo, listen. I give you the legitimate cosmic ID card, Paramashiva. Param, you are ultimate. That's a legitimate cosmic Aadhaar card, social security card. I think I'll start issuing one. Legitimate cosmic ID card. You are Paramashiva. Start manifesting it. If you ask, oh, if I am Paramashiva, why my reality is not reflecting it, radiating it? You are asking a legitimate right question. Now I will answer you. From yesterday, I am explaining so many different points. Answering this one question, if you are Paramashiva, why your reality is not reflecting it, and how to make your reality reflect, radiate, you are Paramashiva. Listen. When you assume it is done, when your original assumption, original identity about you, if it is done, means Paramashiva, your ultimate, Param Aham, Aham Brahmasmi, then you stop approaching your desire as a request and start approaching it as a fact. I am Paramashiva. So if I want, I will manifest the body I want, as I want, how I want. I am Paramashiva. So if I want wealth, I'll manifest it as I want. I am Paramashiva. If I want relationships and to be loved or love, to shower love or to be loved, I will manifest as I want. Why I am not manifesting? Maybe I need to look in and understand where I wanted, what I wanted, when I wanted, why I wanted, now how I can want rightly. That's all. It is not about pretending or forcing yourself to believe through sheer willpower. No. It's about entering into a state of being where you organically, naturally feel the truth of your assumption, your ultimate. How can you be anything else? Hey, Paramashiva is not cheap to produce, create something less than him. An artist is ultimate only if he produces the ultimate which he carries externally. Paramashiva is the greatest artist. He does not have tiredness, boredom. He doesn't feel, this one masterpiece art I created, so second, let me take it easy and do something low grade. No. Everything he produced, created, manifested is he. Whether you or me, everything you see, he manifests as he. Just organically understand the facts I am presenting. You will see the truth very clearly. The truth I am revealing about your original assumption. Your original assumption should be you are ultimate. You do this by asking yourself, if I already had it, how would I think? How would I walk? How would I speak to others? How would I treat myself? Listen. Listen to bring the right ultimate assumption. I should say, even the word ultimate looks a little remote. So I will use the word right assumption right now. Right original assumption you need to carry is, yes, I am already Paramashiva. I am Paramashiva. All I want, I have. The wealth, health, relationships, bliss, inner knowledge, powers. everything I have. How I would think, how I would walk, how I would speak to others, how I would speak to myself, how I would treat myself, how I would treat others. Just sit and drown yourself into that Icha Shakti, Manasarovar Manonmani. This is the Manasarovar bath, Manasarovar Snan. Do this. Best time to do this is night when you go to bed. You are entering into your Karana Sarira. The word Karana Sarira, listen. The West calls your sleeping state as unconscious or subconscious, dream as subconscious and deep sleep as unconscious. No. In the East, we call it beautiful word. Deep sleep, we call it as Karana Sarira. Means that is where all the reason, Karana, seed, cause for why you are existing the way you are existing is there. So every night, don't think when you fall asleep your day ends. No. You are working in your warehouse, the Karana Sarira. Your cause. All the reasons, causes of why you are, who you are, what you are falling into that. Every day when you fall asleep, your shop closes, you enter into the warehouse. Production unit. I think production unit is the better word than the warehouse. Your daytime is marketing, shop. Your nighttime is production unit. The time you attend to the cause. Every night when you enter into that Karana Sarira, that is why I insist all my disciples study little Sanskrit. Because if you know little Sanskrit, you know every night you are falling asleep into Karana Sarira. Even if you know these facts, that one day you will think, what? Why is it called Karana Sarira? If you only know the English word, every day night you fall asleep, you fall into subconscious and unconscious. You will think, why am I wasting time there? What's the use of it? Then you suffer with a sleep apnea. But if you know, every night you are falling into Karana Sarira during your sleep, you will know what should be done. Then it will become the real productive hour of your life. The real productive hours of your life is your Karana Sarira sleep time. All great people who achieved all great things which humanity is celebrating used their Karana Sarira, their time with Karana Sarira with a clear purpose and conscious involvement. Mediocre people fall asleep. Great people use night time, your sleeping time, to be in the Karana Sarira and generate, manifest what they want as life. That is why not only Krishna, all spiritual scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma says, yogi does not sleep in the night. Every night, when you fall asleep, ask yourself, if I already have it, if I already had it, if I am Paramashiva, how would I think? How would I walk? How would I speak? How would I speak to myself and how would I speak to others? How would I treat myself and how would I treat others? Visualize, think, plan how you will manifest when you fall asleep, when you go through the Manasarovar Snan, Manon Mani, Karana Sarira. When you wake up, manifest it, live it, stand tall as Kailasa. Kailasa is your waking state. Manasarovar is your deep sleep. Live according to the answers you get in the deep sleep. Even if your senses are trying to convince you otherwise during the daytime. At first, this may feel strange because your outer reality will still carry the residue of the old state. But do not be discouraged. Outer conditions may be little slow to catch up. They are the shadows, not the substance. The substance is the inner state you hold consciously, unwaveringly. Your mind is the director. The world is the stage. The moment you accept the role of Paramashiva inwardly, the scene begins to change outwardly. Hey, listen. All those who teach you devotion first are deceiving you and teaching you deception as the devotion. All those who teach you the ultimate truth, you are Paramashiva. And when you start living, you develop so much gratitude for that consciousness, that awareness, which is just manifesting anything as you want. And you fall in love with your own consciousness. That is devotion. Swabhakti, Guru Bhakti, Atma Bhakti, Atma Murti Bhakti is all one and the same. You fall in love with your consciousness, which is just manifesting anything you want as you want. So simple. so wonderful, just like wow, so wonderful, so beautiful, just like wow. When you get this feeling, the love you experience, the gratitude you experience, the love which flows out of this gratitude is devotion. That will flow, overflow through towards your own consciousness, your own Guru, your own Paramashiva. Mannata Shri Jagannatho, Madguru Shri Jagadguru, Mamatma Sarvabhutatma. That space is bhakti. That is devotion. Do not wait for the circumstances to give you permission to feel successful, happy, loved, or abundant. Decide to feel it now. Don't allow others to steal your Paramashivatva. Don't allow society, situation, circumstances to steal your Paramashivatva. When you live from that inner certainty, the world will mirror it back to you in ways you could never predict. Suddenly the opportunities will arise. People will respond differently. Events will arrange themselves in your favor. You will no more have tiredness, early morning, or boredom to do yoga or gym, or attachment to the addictive food, the unhealthy food. Suddenly all of that will disappear. The right things will start raising. It's like a screen opening. Not because you forced them, but because you aligned with original right version of you who already lives in that reality. Listen, there are parallel universes. In one universe, you are living as Paramashiva. In one universe, you are living as a human. In one universe, you are living in hell as a devil. Which one you give more and more power, emotion, attention, energy, and empower, that will get strengthened and manifest as your reality. I will reveal about the parallel universes. That is not lokas. Be very clear. Lokas are different from parallel universes. Vertical time zone is different. Lokas are different. Parallel universes are different. All the three meets, crisscrosses. The junction for all three is Buloka. You see, parallel, like the vertical time zones are airport network, the flight network. Multiple lokas is like a train network. The parallel universes are like a bus network, road network. All three meets on planet Earth. Planet Earth has a bus station, railway station, airport, all three. But all three are different networks. I'll reveal more details about these parallel universes. I am telling you, How many of you have seen that Interstellar movie? How that guy comes back and tells the daughter, don't allow me to go, don't allow me to go, somehow stop me. Same way I'm telling you. Don't assume you are a body-mind combo. Don't assume you are a body-mind combo. You are Paramashiva. Only one thing in that Interstellar movie, he is telling for himself. Here I am telling for you. That's all. Actually, right now, one version of you is living as Paramashiva in Mahakailasa. Just give attention to it, you will manifest it. That's all. The key is persistence. Persistence. Collapses the gap. You cannot step into a role for an hour and then return to doubt for the rest of the day. Hold the state as naturally as you hold your own name. Hold the state as naturally as you hold your own name. Carry it in your posture, your words about yourself, your inner dialogue, your words towards others and your inner dialogue, your emotional baseline and energetic posture. Carry it. If you fall into the old patterns, gently return to this energetic posture of you are Paramashiva. Your wishes are already fulfilled. You are the Kalpataru. Not only fulfilled for yourself, you are powerful to fulfill for others. When you assume as if it is done, you collapse the gap between the desire and experience. You just manifest your experience, your existence in Mahakailasa's Paramashiva. You are no longer someone trying to get there. You are someone who is already there in consciousness, and the world has no choice but to follow. The evidence will just appear. It may take little time, but it will appear only after you stop looking for evidences and decided to live it. Continuously I get questions. Oh, Swamiji, that guru tells like this guru tells like this, that guru tells we are all servants of this God or devotees of this God. Okay, I am telling you, you practice that Guru, then after your death or when you get the experience, you will live as a servant of that Guru or that God in their world. But when you listen to me and manifest and practice what I am saying, while you are living, you will manifest, you will live as the living Paramashiva. After you leave the body, when you want to leave the body, as you want to leave the body, you will live as Paramashiva. Paramashiva is not one, infinite. How can the infinite be one? Don't you see? When you assume mentally infinite is one, you are having a huge blind spot, bigger than black hole. There will always be voices, some from others, some from the books written by others, books, even the so-called philosophical literatures, and from all sources, there will be always voices. Sometimes those voices even get inside you and try to even control you mildly. Yes, you are Paramashiva only, no doubt. But this much is possible for you, and these are all not possible for you. And your mind will even try to tease, oh, if you think you are a Paramashiva, you already achieved Paramashiva, why don't you just grow 25 heads overnight? Listen. Listen. Don't ever think it is not possible. Don't ever think it has some complications. Just decide, I already have 25 heads and I am living as Paramashiva in Maha Kailasa, and I am manifesting that in this body. Whatever I want to manifest right now, let me start manifesting. When I really want to manifest, or when I need 25 heads, I will show that. I will manifest that. Do not be cowed down or convinced about any impossibility. The outer voices will measure your potential by your current situation, by your past failures, and by their own limited vision. Sometimes this outer gets into even your inner dialogue and emotional baseline. If the outer voices, the negative destroying voices enters into your inner dialogue, that is like a skin disease. If it enters into your emotional baseline, that is like a heart problem. If it enters into your energetic posture, that is cancer. Don't allow in all three levels. Don't allow in all three levels. If If you allow these voices to dictate your thinking, you will find yourself trapped in the same reality they believe in. The truth is those outer opinions and visible circumstances are powerless unless you give them the power through your attention and acceptance and letting them inside your inner dialogue and emotional baseline and energetic posture. See, a thief, a robber, a murderer can come and kill you only if you allow him to inside your house. Safeguard yourself so strong they are not able to enter. Be aware they don't sneak in the form of guest. Neither knowingly nor unknowingly they should be able to enter. Neither you should allow them knowingly nor you should allow them unknowingly. Only when you allow them, they have power. As long as they are outside your house, they don't have power. Outer voices often comes disguised as a common sense, practical advice, just being realistic, good old aunties and uncles. But what it is really doing is binding you to the known and the visible, keeping you from stepping into the unseen where your desire is already alive, saying a simple no to this whole society and saying no to this whole outer voices is sannyasa. That is becoming Kailasavasi. If you want to create something great, new, you must learn to silence these outer voices. If you do not silence them, they will continue to pull you out every day. And you do not silence them by arguing or convincing others to agree with you, no. You silence them by withdrawing your mental and emotional energy from their words. Discard their words because their very identity, the original existence in which they are living, is not your goal, and that is not what you want to be. That is not how you want to be. If you want to live ever as a mediocre in the rut of EMI, listen to the outer voices. If you want to live as Paramashiva, not only fulfilled but also fulfilling others, listen to your Guru's words. Paramashiva is here to make you Paramashiva. Silence the senses. Your senses too will try to persuade you. Your senses too will try to persuade you. They will present you with the facts, numbers, and images that seem immovable. They will whisper, look, nothing has changed. This is your reality. But your senses are the reporters of the past, not the prophets of the future. They are mediocre, opinionated, yellow journalists, not the prophets of the future. They can only confirm what has already been created through your previous states of mind. If what you see and hear contradicts your desire, remind yourself that it is only fading echo of old beliefs. This is why inner discipline is so important. You must become the guardian of your own mind. When doubt tries to speak, you gently turn your attention back to the vision you have chosen. When fear presents its case, you refuse to sit in its courtroom. When people insist that you are foolish for believing in what they cannot see, you silently bless them and return to your own inner knowing. Convince yourself completely. The power to manifest is not found in convincing the world to support your dream. It is found in convincing yourself so completely that the world has no choice but to rearrange itself accordingly. This is why you must not let the noise of others or the evidence of your senses shake your conviction. Every moment you allow yourself to be swayed by the outer world, you water the seeds of doubt. But every moment you hold fast to your chosen assumption, you strengthen the roots of your new reality. There will be times when the silence feels lonely, when it seems easier to agree with the loudest voices or the surrender to the facts of the outer world. But remember, every great change begins in mana unmana, in the quiet place where your belief is nurtured without interference in solitude. So guard that place, protect it, keep it free from the weeds of doubt and fear. Ignore the doubters, ignore the circumstances, ignore even the reporters of your own senses if they disagree with your desire. The only voice that matters is the one within you that says it is done. Live in the end. To live in the end is to anchor yourself in the state of your wish already fulfilled, making it so real Within that, it becomes the place you live from rather than the place you hope to reach. Most people live their lives always moving toward their desires, imagining them as distant goals that will happen someday if circumstances align. But when you live in the end, you remove the distance. You claim the end result now in thought and feeling, energetic posture, emotional baseline, inner dialogue. And you let that state define your decisions, your actions, your inner dialogue every single day. The key is to make this end state your mental home, not a fleeting daydream you visit occasionally, but a dwelling place you return to in every moment. Just as your physical home surrounds you with familiarity, comfort, and a sense of belonging, your mental home in the end result must give you that same feeling of certainty and stability. You are not wishing for it anymore. You are living it now. Listen. I am defining thinking of a seeker and thinking of a manifester. Thinking toward the desire, keep it in the future. It says, I am not there yet, but one day I will be. This posture of waiting only reinforces separation between you and your desires. Thinking from desire, however, assumes you are already there. It says, I am this now, I have this now, it is mine now. From that position, your actions, your words, and expectations naturally align with the reality you have claimed. So, be always a manifester, never a seeker. That is why I say, seeking and the siddhis you get while seeking are dangerous for your enlightenment. Manifesting and the shaktis you manifest while you are manifesting the ultimate is the best and great when you get. Siddhis are different, seekers get it. Shaktis are different, only manifestors get it. The fundamental thing you need to be a manifester is Shaktipada, initiation from the Guru who has manifested, who has achieved this anubhuti, who is Paramashiva. And he initiating you. That Shaktipada is the capital, and I am giving you all of you. The capital Shaktipada to be a manifester. You are Paramashiva. don't panic over numbers or evidence. When you make the end your home, you stop reacting to the old world as if it still has authority over you. No, you stop reacting. That is why I say moksha centric dharmartha kama, end centric manifestation. If your bank account does not yet reflect wealth, you do not panic. You know who you are already, the person who lives in abundance. So the numbers have to eventually match the truth. If you have not yet seen evidence of the relationship you desire, you do not despair. You know you are already loved, chosen, and cherished in the reality you have chosen to inhabit. Persistence makes it natural. Persistence is tapas. Persistence is manifestation. Persistence is mother and father and guru and God of manifesting the ultimate. The challenge for most is persistence. It is easy to visit the end when you feel good, but to live there daily requires discipline. Outer conditions will tempt you to leave that place, to step back into doubt, to measure your progress by what you see. But you must refuse. You must return again and again to your end state until it feels more real than anything your senses can report. Over time, this mental home becomes second nature. You stop looking for signs because you no longer need them. You are living the reality within yourself so completely that the outer must eventually conform. And when it does, it will feel natural, as though it was always yours. Living in the end daily is not pretending. It is choosing your truth and dwelling in it until the world catches up. Makes your final wish your home, and soon the outer world will deliver the exact address you have been living at in your mind. Understand the seed versus harvest, delay versus proof. Persistence is the quite unwavering decision to hold on to your chosen assumption regardless of what the world shows you. It's understanding that the outer world is slow to reflect inner change, and that during this delay, the old reality may still appear strong, solid, and unshakable. Many people abandon their vision in this waiting period, thinking nothing is happening, when in truth, everything is already in motion beneath the surface, or I should say, above the sky. The old reality is like a shadow. It lingers for a while, even after the light has shifted. Just because you cannot yet see the new conditions does not mean they are not on their way. In fact, the very moment you have assumed your desire as true, the process of creation begins. But if you look for constant proof, just like the third monkey, you pull the seed out every day, you dig the seed out every day, you pull yourself out of the state that makes fulfillment inevitable. Proof is the harvest. Assumption is the seed. The seed does not need you to keep digging it up like the third monkey. It needs you to trust it. It'll grow. Trust it'll grow. Persistence means living in your chosen reality, even when the evidence screams otherwise. It means refusing to let the temporary appearance of the old state dictate how you feel or what you believe.